U.S. stock futures steady after Wall's logs record highs. Earnings awaited. Investing. U.S. stock index futures steadied in evening deals on Monday after a rally in technology. Shares spurred record highs on Wall Street, with focus turning to a string of key upcoming earnings and economic readings. Trading volumes were somewhat slim on account of a federal holiday, although U.S. stock indexes were already perched at record highs after some strong bank earnings on Friday. S&P 500 futures rose slightly to 5,911.25 points, while Nasdaq 100 futures steadied at 20,622.0 points by 1912 ET 2312 GMT. Dow Jones Futures rose 0.1% to 43,404.0 points. Tech gains put Walls at record highs. Gains in major technology stocks were the biggest boost to U.S. markets on Monday, with market darling NVIDIA Corporation, NASD NVDA 2.4% surging to a record high. The stock steadied in aftermarket trade as chipmakers face a major test this week with earnings from ASML Holding, ASML NVDA, SDAQ, ASML, and TSMC. NYSE TSM both considered bellwethers for the sector. Other tech majors including Apple Inc., NASDAQ, AOPA, Alphabet Inc., NASDAQ, GOOGL, and Microsoft Corporation, NASDAQ MSFT also steadied in aftermarket trade after rising during the session. The S&P 500 rose 0.8% to a record high of 5,859.85 points, while the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 0.5% to a record high of 43,065.22 points on Monday. The NASDAQ Composite rose 0.9% to 18,502.64 and was back in sight of peaks hit earlier this year. In addition to tech gains, stock markets were also buoyed by persistent bets that the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates by at least 25 basis points in November, following strong inflation readings for September. Focus on Q3 earnings, econ. Data. Investor focus was now squarely on the third quarter earnings season, which is set to pick up in earnest on Tuesday. Financial majors United Health Group, NYSE UNH Bank of America Corp., NYSE BAC Goldman Sachs Group Inc., NYSE GSE and Charles Schwab Corp., NYSE CAW are set to report on Tuesday, as are Johnson & Johnson and YZJ. NJ United Airlines Holdings, Inc. NASDAQ, UAL, and Walgreens Boots, Alliance Inc., ENASDAQ, WBA. Morgan Stanley, ENYSEMS rounds off the bank earnings on Wednesday, while Netflix Inc., ENASDAQ, NFLX Blackstone Inc., NYSEBX, and American Express Company, NYSEAXB will report in the remainder of the week. Investors will be watching whether corporate earnings persevere despite pressure from high interest rates and sticky inflation. Along with the earnings, focus this week is also on retail sales data, as well as addresses from a string of Fed officials for more cues on the economy and interest rates. MSFT a bull or bear market play? Don't miss out on the next big opportunity. Stay ahead of the curve with ProPick's 6 model portfolios fueled by AI stock picks with a stellar performance this year. In 2024 alone, ProPick's AI identified 2 stocks that surged over 150%, 4 additional stocks that leaped over 30%, and 3 more that climbed over 25%. That's an impressive track record. With portfolios tailored for Dow stocks, S&P stocks, tech stocks, and mid-cap stocks. You can explore various wealth-building strategies. So if MSFT is on your watch list, it could be very wise to know whether or not